Hey everybody, this is Michael with Conversion Pipeline. Today I want to talk about placement exclusions in Google Ads. This is really important, especially if you're running any type of performance max or display campaigns. Google has done a really good job of hiding this, but what I want to do is kind of show you how you can go ahead and incorporate some of these placement exclusions. So here's a new account that I'm going to show on that we haven't done any exclusions whatsoever. So what you want to do is do this. You want to go to Tools. Once you get into Tools, you want to go into Content Suitability. And what you're going to find here is, by default, it's going to be inventory type. And right now, you've got expanded, which is pretty much wide open, standard or limited. Again, if you're running Performance Max, you definitely want to be on the limited side of it, just because it's going to limit the amount of placements. And really, I should probably take a step back as like, why would you want to even do this, right? Why would you want to exclude some of your placements on the Google platform? The number one thing that you can kind of think about is that by excluding placements, you're going to be able to kind of protect your overall brand reputation, to increase your ad performance, obviously yielding to a higher click-through rate, and more importantly, increase conversions, cost efficiency, and obviously you want to really refine your overall targeting position, thus enabling you to get more conversions, right? Another one that's also an added benefit is that you're going to be kind of avoiding low quality or fraudulent traffic. These are some of the reasons why you're going to want to exclude some of these placements. But you can kind of track this yourself on a week-to-week, month-over-month basis to see how your campaigns are performing, and you can kind of gradually step into this process. But for the sake of this video, I just kind of want to show you how you can do it, right? So again, once content suitability, I'm going to place inventory type. I'm going to choose limited inventory type. I'm just going to hit save. All right. The next one you'll see is exclude sensitive content type. This is going to be applicable for the majority of advertising platforms that are out there, right? Tragedy, conflict, sensitive social issues, profanity, so on and so forth. So I don't want my ads to show up there. This really goes into the impact of the overall, protection of your brand, right? You don't want your ads showing up in some questionable websites. Excluded types and labels, again, by default, PG, mature audiences. Do you want to show up in embedded YouTube? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Below the fold, again, park domains, definitely don't want that. Live streaming videos, okay, I can leave that in there. I can always go ahead and turn that off. Hit save. Excluded content themes, again, content suitable for families, sure, that's good. Do I want to show up in games? No. Mature games? No. Keep this in mind too. Just because you selected that you do not want your ads to show in games doesn't mean that the exclusion is automatic and complete, right? I'll show you this in a second. Health sensitive? No, don't want that either. Health, YouTube, no. News is fine. Politics, religion, probably not, again, for the majority. I'll kind of leave news in there just because there's a lot of news content that's out. Hit save. Excluded keywords. This is something that you don't want to have your brand or product associated with. You can go ahead and just hit plus and then add it. Just know that these are going to be exact match. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, this is the part that I really want to focus on, because a lot of people don't do that. They seem, hey, you know what? I excluded sensitive content. I excluded types of content, below the fold, content themes. I don't want to show up in games. I'm done, right? No, you're not even close to being done. So go ahead and hit this excluded placements right here. Right, and what I want to focus on right here is the app categories. There's 140 of them, okay? So by default, I do not want to show up in any of these. Look, they're checked off, okay? But when you get to this, see games 19. This is a gotcha here. You just assume that everything's checked off. It's not. You want to go ahead and do not want to show up any of my ads in these games. Why? This is where you're going to get the majority of your clicks in your ad campaigns. That's going to just inflate your clicks and probably yield to junk conversions. You don't want to do any of this. So what we do is we go in and we exclude all this. I'm sure there's going to be people who say, no, I've gotten great conversions after that. That's good. Typically for most campaigns that we're running, we don't want to do this. I don't want to show up in some of these apps. Again, feel free to test this out. Don't take my advice for it. But we have seen in our experience in running different campaigns across many different verticals, most of these yield just junk clicks. And if there's any type of conversions, junk conversions, meaning that somebody may download a form or something, they don't respond back, or it's just they're on the website for a second or two, which is not typically good. So we want to go in and select all of these. Stickers. I don't know what a sticker is, but anyway, select this. Make sure you select all the stickers. This used to be a lot easier to manage these types of display campaigns. You used to be able to go and just select, yeah, don't show in any games, don't show in any apps. Now they make you manually select all the different categories. Google Play, same thing. Family, yep. Brain games, creativity. Pretend play, no, definitely don't. Again, same thing with games. It's not selected, don't skip over it, go ahead and select. We're almost done. Here we go. And I believe that's it. Everything else should automatically be checked off. That's it, go ahead and save. And that's it. So again, when you look at this to make sure it's done, if you take over a campaign from another agency, make sure excluded placements, you got about 140. If you're at 140, then you know it's been done. Just go double check these. You can always go back in and add a different content keywords. It's always good just to double check these. And again, you can even test. I mean, you may not want to show up in live streaming videos, right? Then that's fine too. Just check that off. If you are running videos, you probably want to leave that on. But again, feel free to just test these out to make sure it works for your campaign. Any questions, drop us a line. If not, I hope this helps. Thanks.